This is Rob Howden, the voice of the Mazda Road to Indy, and you're listening to the Indy Sports Car Podcast.
Welcome, ICP fans, to another episode of the Indy Sports Car Podcast. Hey, Miss 8.
Hello, hello. Oh, I guess it's me. Forgot my position here. And joining us again, I guess he came on the show while I was sick. Mike. Welcome back, Mike.
Thank you, guys. Hey, how's it going?
Mike, good to have you back on, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
And who knows, we might be hearing a lot more of Mike, hopefully. Well, it's up to him, really. Don't screw up. I mean,
no pressure.
I feel like you're screwing up already.
Oh man.
You suck, Mike. I'm kidding. So,
I guess it's not Frank you have to worry about, right?
Hey, I'm not at the bottom anymore, everybody. No, that's okay. Trust me. You'll, yeah. Anyway, I mean, all kinds of things happened over the weekend. All kinds of racing and all. No, that's not true. Only one series race this weekend, anyway.
Oh, that matters to this show anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about racing, not manufactured entertainment.
Ooh.
No.
And cricket. So, anyways, because it's like we normally start with a bunch of stuff, and then we get to IndyCar. But it's like I don't know what to talk about other than IndyCar. Because is there anything else to talk about other than IndyCar? Really?
I would say no.
Well, all I want to say is I was talking to Anthony Martin, and he's making sure he was getting our sizes ready, shirt sizes, because we're getting shirts from Anthony Martin. By the way, you can also get shirts from Anthony Martin by going to his website and buying his merch. That's at www.google.com/Anthony Martin, and I'm sure you'll find it that way.
Really, Frank? That's terrible.
That is one of the best and worst plugs I have ever heard for a website.
Sorry. Or you can go to his Twitter at Anthony8Martin, and I'm sure he has it up there too.
That's a better plug.
Yeah, it's a little bit more direct.
AnthonyMartin.com.au. There you go.
Yep. AU stands for AO. So, okay. Ooh, it's a bad joke. It's Australia, guys.
I'm cringing.
I know.
Sorry, Anthony. I'm sorry. I can't contain them.
It's a lot more where that came from, guys. I count the days. Do you want to hear about,
No.
what you call cow no legs?
No.
Oh, no.
Ground beef. Oh!
Oh, I have no comment.
Yep. So how was Pocono, everyone?
I had a blast. I think I'm still a little tired from walking around the track for 2 days, but I don't know about you guys,
That's
but
a long walk.
it was
It's a big track.
It was
walk around
one of them.
Get it?
One of my.
That was even worse. Let's go back to the cow
Frank,
joke.
Stop talking.
It was. I think overall it was a great weekend, especially when you consider how much press the race and the series has gotten from places that don't always speak so positively about the series.
Yeah, I mean, I heard nothing but good things, and I even heard best race of the season. I can't argue. I really can't. I tried in my head, and I couldn't come up with an argument for it. Saying, can anybody think of a better race than this over the season?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, what more do you want than a full out, map 8, ball or clean podcast. Just them giving it their all towards the end for the lead.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the unofficial lap report link from lap 134 to 154, there is a lead change every lap between Kanaan and Graham Rahal. I mean, it's just Kanaan Rahal, back and forth. And it was that for, almost 200 laps.
I'm pretty sure they broke the record for lead changes and for overall passes overall. Something towards almost the 1,000 mark, which is pretty crazy. I think
there was 590 total passes.
Yeah, it's close to 500
and 500. Yeah, a little off. 524 of those passes occurred for position. Actually, they got a bunch of little nice little. I was going to say cute little facts. Oh God.
Jesus.
Oh, Missy. Oh.
Being a female and all. What are you trying to do?
Whoa, now.
Yeah, I know. That's not a mistake.
Sexist on the show.
What? You are. I'm not. It's a fact. I'm not saying it derogatory. Just speaking the truth here. You are female. I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
I hope.
I am.
I'm married. Yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty positive.
Yeah.
So breaking it down by the numbers, let's see. They have here.
I've seen her naked, everybody. That's right.
Wow, really?
Well, we're married. I mean, it's kind of implied.
I guess so. You didn't have to. Never mind.
Moving on.
All right. So 6 IndyCar drivers.
Going on.
Led 5,000 or more laps in their careers. Scott Dixon surpassed the milestone by leading a race-high 51 laps at Pocono. So then you got
great legs.
Joseph Newgarden has led 7 consecutive races. I'm just ignoring you now. Positions gained by Will Power, 10th to 1st in the final 20 laps of the race was 9. Let's see, he had a 9.86 average running position during the 200 laps of Pocono. He had 13 positions gained from start to finish by Elio Castroneves and Ryan Hunter-Reay, most of any driver. 32 IndyCar wins for Will Power now, who broke a tie with Dario Franchitti and Paul Tracy for 9th on the all-time wins list. Only AJ Foyt, Sebastian Bourdais, Mario Andretti, and Michael Andretti have scored 32 wins faster than Will Power in his 184th start.
I would like to put an asterisk next to Sebastian Bourdais' name.
Okay. And then, let's see, you have 42 points separating Newgarden from 5th place Will Power in the standings now. Newgarden leads Scott Dixon by 18 points and Castroneves by 22. You have 44 laps in which Ed Jones improved his position, most of any driver.
Wow.
You got Scott Dixon here, 221 consecutive starts by Dixon, the second longest streak in IndyCar history. Tony Kanaan, 279 consecutive starts by Tony Kanaan, extending his all-time record. Let's see, 341 IndyCar starts for Castroneves, which is on the 3rd all-time list, and Kanaan is on the 4th on the list of 340 starts. And then we said 590 total passes during this race. 524 were for positions. And then you had 1,006 total laps led by Marco Andretti in his IndyCar career. The 3rd-generation driver led 9 laps at Pocono, which made him the 39th driver to lead at least 1,000 laps.
Well, you spend enough time in the series. I guess that'll happen.
Yeah.
How many wins, though?
1, right?
2.
It's got 2? Okay, my bad.
What was the last one? It's like 150 something.
142 or 152.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been yep.
And then last but not least, let's see, 1,938.
Shout
1,000. God. 1,938 laps completed by Simon Pagenaud in 2017. Pagenaud is the only driver to complete every lap of every race this season.
Wait, who was?
Simon Pagenaud.
No kidding. Well, consistency. So, how'd they finish there, Miss?
Let's see. Well, of course, we said that Will Power went from last to first, the lap down. He won the race, amazingly. Never give up, I guess. And you had followed by Joseph Newgarden and Alexander Rossi to round your podium. And you had Simon Pagenaud, Tony Kanaan, Scott Dixon, Elio Castroneves, Ryan Hunter-Reay, Graham Rahal, Carlos Munoz to round your top 10. Then you had Marco Andretti, Ed Carpenter, a.k.a. some oval specialist, Takuma Sato, Connor Daly, Gabby Chavez, Charlie Kimball, Ed Jones, Max Chilton, Jared Hildebrand, James Hinchcliffe, Sebastian Saavedra, and Esteban Gutierrez was your finishing order.
Yep, from 18 to 22nd there was they were out by the end of the race, and Max Chilton, the only one was mechanical. Everybody else was in an accident.
Yeah.
Hildebrand, Hinchcliffe, Saavedra, and Gutierrez. So Gutierrez ends this season in great fashion because Bourdais coming back for Gateway. Yay!
Yep. Breaking news. 1 hour ago. Sebastian is back for the rest of the season.
Thank goodness.
Amen to that.
I was one race off. I thought he'd be back for Pocono, the way the doctors were saying. Nobody believed me. They were like, "You're crazy. He'll be lucky if he's back by the Glen." Like, yep, right again, sort of, almost.
You get a pat on the back for that one.
I get like half a star for that one. Yep.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
I'll put it on the refrigerator, still the same. Alrighty. So, who got the pole again? I forgot.
Takuma
Sato.
Sato.
That's right.
Which he fell off like immediately.
And what position did he qualify at? Wasn't he like second to last? Or wasn't he last?
No, I think
Wasn't he last?
No, was he last?
I think so. Either way, he was
He
like
either
at the
qualified
back.
last or second to last. Yeah, he was like towards the very. No, I think he was last. No,
Oh,
you're right. I think
gold
he was
star for Frank.
last.
Yep, gold star for Frank.
Yeah, I
Who
think
called
he
it?
was dead last.
Me.
Cause it was right. Ryan Hunter-Reay crashed in front of him. Cause he was the last one to go.
Yep.
You're right. Yes.
And thankfully, Ryan Hunter-Reay is all good to go. He was good. Gotta love those.
Physically. Mentally,
Oh, yeah.
though, this year has been mentally draining on Ryan Hunter-Reay, I think.
I mean, I think the last like maybe 2 seasons have. I mean, he hasn't.
Yeah, he's had some bad luck. He's not had a good time of it. No sir, no sir. Yeah, I mean, like where was what was his finishing order? Where did he finish at? I mean,
He actually
was-
finished 8th. I mean, he did well for starting. He started
21st.
second to last. Yeah.
Yeah, so good on him. Right on. All right. So, well, more about the Pocono. I mean, okay. Let's start with Mike. Mike, what was your standout? Moment or thing of the race?
Standout moment was when Will Power came out in the lead with about, what was that, the first time he led, maybe about 40 or 45 laps to go, and then came into the pits, and everybody that was sitting near me went, now he's going to go a lap down, and Newgarden's going to take over the lead, or Dixon's going to take over the lead, whoever was second at that point. And then you look down towards the end of pit lane, and Power came out, and not only was he still in first, he was still in first by at the time I think it was 5 seconds. I think that, to me, no matter who you're a fan of or not a fan of, you just have to go, that's just impressive on strategy and impressive on driving, that he was able to get that much out of his car, despite changing both wings during the race, going a lap down, and, with some good strategy. And, I'm looking at the stats here, and he, out of everybody who finished in the top 10, pitted at least 3 more times than most, even 4 more times than most of the other drivers, and still won the race.
Yeah.
And
still had to pit pretty much towards the end with the leaders as well. So it's not like he got a huge advantage from that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just you know,
Yeah,
I don't even.
that's just great
impressive.
race. And good on his pit crew too, because they were putting out like 6.8s, 6.9, 6.7 stops, replacing back wings because Kimball hitting them in the back. I mean, the
Now, what
front wing,
missed
I don't
was-
know why.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we know why his front wing was damaged? Did he hit somebody?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
I didn't even see Kimball hitting him in the back, to be honest with you.
I think that was either right after a caution or
No, that
Yeah.
was and Kimball hit him in the back when James Hinchcliffe almost lost it.
okay.
I think Will slowed up because he thought he was going to lose it and he wanted to get involved in that, but I guess Kimball didn't see it and bam.
He pulled a Kimball.
Oh yeah, what he's known for. Chuck came out.
Chuck Kimball pulled a Chuck Kimball. That's funny.
But yeah, they showed it when James almost lost it, which
Which kudos
great
on James.
great
I
save by
can't
him.
believe
I
he-
know that was a great save.
Saavedra couldn't do it. It was the same thing too. Yeah, Saavedra went around. I believe it was Connor Daly, was it? I think.
Yes.
Or yeah, it was.
It was one of the Foyts.
Yeah. Went around Connor Daly and got up in the gray and just kind of it just tracked up and he couldn't hold it and smack into the wall. That's all.
Yeah. How about the other driver news of the week for Jack Harvey taking over the 7 car after Gateway this week?
You know what? I'm not surprised at the pick. I thought, I think it's a good overall move. Jack Harvey's a good driver, but did not see it coming. He was not on my radar for one of the choices. I'll give it that.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
How about you, Missy?
I mean, yeah, I thought it was a little bit of a surprise. I mean, I don't want to say he wasn't on my radar. I mean, because he was at Pocono, wasn't he?
I
Did
didn't.
I see him
Jack
at
Harvey?
Pocono?
I don't recall seeing him.
I don't. Yeah, no. I mean,
No,
we've
yeah,
seen him
no, I
in
didn't see
Ohio,
him.
but so,
Well, because it was interesting because there were so many other drivers there that weren't suited up that you see, and you were kind of speculating if Ryan Hunter-Ray couldn't go, who might be going? Because you've seen Sage Karam there. I mean,
Brabham.
Zach Beach was there.
yeah.
Brabham was there. Yeah.
I think doesn't Matt Brabham have some sort of tie to Sam back in his Indy Lights days, or MRTI days, or
I
I'm
thought,
gonna look that up.
I thought he was Andretti.
either way.
I think
he was
Missy's
there.
right.
Yeah, he was there. Is my point.
Oh yeah, he was there.
But at any rate, yeah, okay. Jack Harvey, good on him.
But yeah, I mean, I like the pick. I mean, I like Jack Harvey. He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
We hung out with him at in Ohio, right?
yeah, he was spotting for
Or the Indy, the Indy Lights
Piedra Hada,
race.
I think.
No. He doesn't race for Carlin. Neil Alberico.
That's it. I get those two mixed up all the time. I mean, their names sound so much alike.
Yeah, exactly alike.
Yep. Anyways. All right, so I mean,
But yeah,
after
I like the
this-
Jack Harvey pick. I mean, like I said, I like him, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's
a little surprised, but yeah.
I'm definitely surprised, but I'm glad it wasn't Robert Wickens. It really wasn't all that interested in what he could do in the car. I mean, I'm sure he's a good driver, but
I was
much rather see Jack Harvey.
I would too, and I was surprised it wasn't Wickens, to be 100% honest. With all the with all the ties that he's had to Schmidt, that in the post or the preseason of this year and everything, with him, between him and Hinch and all.
Well, see, I didn't even have him on my radar because he made it clear that he had no intention of coming to IndyCar. He was content in his DTM series.
But he did have that cryptic tweet. What was it? I think it was last week, leading up to Pocono, or right before that, where he said, I've always wanted to drive at Watkins Glen Sonoma, and everybody started going, oh, maybe there's something to this. But that was the only rumor about it. There was no rumor from any other source, and if there's no rumor from any other source, it just seemed
Wishful
not
thinking on his
possible.
part.
Yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
Could have been a bidding war too. Maybe Jack Harvey has some backing that. I don't know everything about Jack Harvey or anything. Maybe.
I mean, he's got AutoNation and Sirius XM back on his car for the last 2 races, and both of those are pretty decent sponsors to have.
There you go.
I might have heard of Sirius XM.
Yeah, I hear him every day. By the way, Anthony was on Jim and Sam yesterday. It was awesome.
Yes, it's a very good episode.
Yeah, definitely check it out on demand. Jim and Sam show on the Faction. In the asylum. Cha-ching. Oh, God. Sam's got to stop that. It's getting ridiculous. But the jingle in the beginning is great. I love it. Jim and Sam.
I haven't caught the beginning because I'm not usually in my car that time of the day. So I'll have to wake up early tomorrow and check it out.
Or just download an on-demand show and you'll hear it.
I could.
It's really catchy and it's really catchy. It's so bad. Oh God, it's really bad. Anyways, moving on. Racing. So, all right. How about you, Missy? Standout moment of the race.
Standout moment of the race. I want to say the beginning of the race when they went 7 wide, right then and there, you should have known it was going to be a great race.
Yeah, you always gotta love the 7 wide shot,
Yeah, love that shot. And everybody got through cleanly, which is another thing. So I was like, oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, it just goes to show you. I mean, and turn 1 is not exactly a whole. It's pretty much a one-line turn, So 7 going into a one-line turn.
No, it claimed plenty of victims this weekend. I mean,
Sure did.
I think it's
that's
claimed
that's where everybody was. Their crashes were this weekend.
Yeah, I think going back to when IndyCar came back to Pocono, it's claimed at least 1 or 2 cars almost every year. I remember, Hinchcliffe lap 1, turn 1.
Sure.
The first year back there, and I'm sure there's others that just aren't coming to mind right now, but. This year it was all turn 1 except Gutierrez, I guess, who tagged the wall coming out of 3.
How do you do that out of 3? I mean, you almost have to try.
Inexperience.
Well,
yeah.
That's where Hunter Ray crashed in qualifying too.
Yeah, but qualifying, you're running more trimmed out and you're going for speed. I get it. During the race, you're not as trimmed out. And
that's true.
I guess, like Missy said, it's probably a little bit inexperience of the track, of the car, of speedways in general. That was the first time he ran the super speedway aero kit was this weekend.
Wait. Didn't they run that at Iowa though? He was at Iowa.
Yeah, but they don't run the super speedway kits there.
Well, this one wasn't exactly a super speedway kit either because the back wing wasn't that
True.
super speedway back wing either. But we won't see that ever.
All right, R.I.P.
Yeah, good riddance. Look ridiculous. Anyways.
But I guess he did make a good bid for next season though, right? Maybe?
He's got plenty of money, so I'm sure somebody
He's
will
got
love
the
to
money,
take it.
and he's got the money, and he's got at least a half decent working of the road courses.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, and he does have a little bit of experience on the ovals. So I mean, okay, so would this be his second oval, right? Did Gutierrez crash at Iowa?
No,
No,
I think he
I don't think
finished like 11th or 12th. They actually had a pretty decent showing.
All right, fair enough. All right, so okay, my standout was the awesome racecraft at the end, last 4 or 5 laps. I would say Will holding off, Joseph there.
It was a great strategy.
Yeah,
Awesome.
diving down
I
low.
mean,
Like the
yes.
first time he did it, I think it shocked everybody. Like, what is he doing? Like, I honestly thought like his engine went or something, and he went down low so everybody could pass him or something. But no, it was total strategy. He was
That's what I thought at first. I was like, oh no, don't tell me he's got a problem now.
I was just waiting for it, really. And his luck and everything. But it's like, no, that he was doing that totally on purpose, just to take the take Joseph out of the draft, and B, making him pass him into three on the outside, which is almost impossible. So I thought it was a great strategy, and it worked.
I do know that in the press conference, Joseph said he didn't have anything for Will. He didn't think he'd be able to pass him, but
Still gave it a shot.
Yep.
yeah. I mean, Rossi said the same thing about Joseph. He wasn't going to be able to pass him either, but
Yeah, because like
You could definitely tell that Rossi didn't have it because he didn't. He looked like he was content to finish in third place.
Oh yeah, because
which truthfully, I think this is his best showing, probably since
Indy.
The Indy 500.
his Indy 500 win.
Yeah, I mean, this was all. It wasn't a strategy thing. Wasn't a fuel saving thing. That was all.
No.
Straight up racing. So good on him. So 2 Penske's and an Andretti. All right. And Honda. Well, Chevy won again on an oval.
Chevy won 3 out of the top 4 positions.
Yes, they did. But then it's a bunch of Hondas right after that. Honda, Chevy.
Hey, how about Carlos Munoz with a rare Foyt top 10 finish?
Yeah, what? I did notice that. Missy. Top 10 on Munoz. How about it?
Yeah, top 10, yeah.
Yep. Hey, I mean, for Munoz,
Yeah,
it's good.
well, look at that. And look, it's a good finish for, look at that oval specialist there, 12th place. Look at that oval specialist.
I was waiting for that one, Missy.
Yeah, look at that oval specialist in 12th. You go, oval specialist, in your 12th place.
Oh, God.
Just saying.
How do you really feel about Ed Carpenter, miss?
You ain't no oval specialist.
He's self-proclaimed.
I'll self-proclaim myself a road specialist then. 'Cause
Are
I
you?
drive on the roads all the time. Yeah.
She's got a point.
Well, then I'm a tree specialist. I crash into trees a lot.
I was wondering where you were going with that one.
Never mind. Well, and a telephone pole specialist. Yeah, that was never mind. Moving on. And a deer. Yeah, there was one. I hit a deer once. Anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, and then so that puts Will 43 points, I think, behind first place of Joseph Newgarden in the points now.
42, yep.
42, right on. So yeah, I mean, and you figure one of the remaining 3 races coming up is double points. That's huge. I still say Gateway is the biggest factor. This weekend coming up, Gateway.
I mean, I guess because it's an unknown. I mean,
Huge.
if you look at it, I believe there's only 3 drivers that have raced on Gateway.
Casher Neves.
I think Elio and TK.
Yep, that's 3.
Yeah.
So Elliot, TK, and who else?
Maybe Dixon.
Oh, hi, Dixon.
Was it? Is it? Has he?
Bourdais.
Yeah, but who won there? Elio.
Elio. Yeah, Elio has one there.
So,
No.
standings are as follows, Missy.
Current driver standings.
Yeah, just the top, say 5. because they're going to be the ones, that are going for it.
So your top 5 is Joseph Newgarden still leading championship points with 494. Then you have Scott Dixon following him with 476. Elio Castro in third with 472. Simon Pagenaud with 468. And Will Power with 452.
Is it safe to say that Graham Rahal in 6th at 418 is almost mathematically out of the running to win this championship?
Yeah, I mean, he's not mathematically out, but the amount of things that have to go his way to win the championship are probably higher than the amount of things that would happen for him not to win the championship.
Very well put. He ain't winning.
Yeah.
Dixon is the other one. Elio Dixon Canon.
So,
But Dixon's only raced there once.
yeah,
Elio's got 5 starts at Gateway and 1 win.
but
TK's got 4 starts.
then again, they resurfaced the whole track, and it's a lot different now.
Yeah.
From what because if you go on IndyCar.com, there's a great article with Anthony Martin, who's leading the Pro Mazda standings right now, talking about
What's his website?
It's Google it.
AnthonyMartin.com.au.
Yep. .au. So yeah, I mean he was talking about how just much different it was from it being real bumpy to nice and smooth like glass, he said. So I think it's going to change. I think it's going to be a great race personally. It might even challenge this race for being the best race of the season. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the the layout of this 1.25 mile track, and definitely very excited to watch the race.
Yep, definitely. And Misty and I will be attending, and actually, the way they have the whole day, because it's a Saturday night race, and for IndyCar anyway. But the whole day of Saturday is just nothing but jam-packed with racing, and you don't have to get up at the butt crack of dawn to enjoy it all, right, Miss?
Yeah, I was like, woohoo!
Yeah, so was I. Thank you.
Yeah, I will be streaming practice on my phone at a family event during the day, and hopefully getting home in time to watch the start of the race at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Right on. Miss, do you have the whole that?
Yeah, so Friday everything kicks off.
God, I cannot
on Friday.
talk.
On Friday, everything will. I guess
Neither can Missy.
no, I'm sorry, just reading the stuff. So everything will be live streaming on IndyCar.com, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So you have practice. Yeah, and Periscope. And you have Verizon IndyCar Series Practice 1 will happen at 4 p.m. And this is all Central Time, which if you're on the East Coast, that's an hour behind.
Did you just say that?
What?
If you're on the East Coast and you hear Central Time, never mind.
Well, I'll be in Central, so I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
Anyway. Pro Mazda practice.
The world revolves around you and only you. What?
Well, listen, if you live on a different coast, then, look up your own time zone.
That's my point.
Well, I'm just saying, these are Central Times that I'm throwing out here. So if you're on East Coast time, it'll be 5 p.m.
And if you're driving there from the East Coast, it really sucks when you cross over that time zone. You're like, no, I thought we were so close. Now we're not.
So, and then Pro Mazda will have practice at 5:15 to 6 p.m. Then you have the Verizon IndyCar Series qualification will happen at 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. But again, that will be streaming on IndyCar.com. No TV for that.
What?
Well, actually, there will be TV for that, but on Saturday. But if you want to watch it live, that will be on 6:30 p.m. IndyCar.com, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Indy Lights practice will happen at 7:45 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And then You have the final IndyCar Series practice happening at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Friday. And then on Saturday, as follows, you have Pro Mazda qualification, which will be live streaming on IndyCar.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Periscope, from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Then you have Indy Lights qualification, will happen at 1:45 to 2:30 p.m. See, that's an autograph session. That's an autograph session. Pro Mazda race, which will be 55 laps, will happen at 4:55 p.m. to 5:45 p.m.
Huge
Then the Indy
race, by the
Lights.
way.
Yeah, it's gonna be big. And then the Indy Lights race has 75 laps, which will happen at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Again, streaming IndyCar.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Periscope. And then your qualification for IndyCar will be appearing on NBC Sports Network at 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. They will have a pit stop practice streaming from 7:15 to 7:25. And then the NBC broadcast will happen starting at 8 p.m. and go to 11 p.m. Race will start at 8:40 p.m. for 248 laps.
That was all Central Time, right?
No, Eastern Time.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Central Time, I said.
Just wanted to get you screwed up.
And if you're not sure what time it is, go to IndyCar.com and look up the schedule.
That's
There
right.
you go.
A little bit of news. I don't know if you guys saw about our boy Marco. He got the Oberto beef jerky sponsorship back for this weekend's race.
Oh, good. I mean, I was worried about that.
It'll be nice to not have the Shop Andretti on the side of the car.
The what?
The shopandretti.com logo.
Has that been? Oh, yeah, that has, isn't it? It has. That's
I guess I haven't really looked that closely
That's
at
how
it.
little I pay attention. I swear.
You're probably not the only one.
So, I mean, Oberto is just awesome, aren't they? Like, some good old beef jerky. Oh, good God.
I can't say I've ever had it, but they sure are generous for sponsoring another race.
That's right. So keep buying their beef jerky, guys. It's good stuff.
Yes.
So, yeah. A little bit disappointed with Saavedra. I thought he was going to do a better showing than what he did. I guess it doesn't really matter now, right? I mean,
I'm not really surprised, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I thought he might be in the 8 to 12 range at the end, but I'm not really all that surprised he didn't finish that well.
I just always liked him, and I wanted to see him do good things, so he could have a possible seat for next year from somebody. I don't know, but I think this might have hurt.
I don't
his
think it's out
chances.
of the. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. He does have. I mean, I guess out of the drivers that would be available, probably the most experience per se.
Well, didn't really come into
He's-
play.
I mean, he's got a full season in IndyCar, besides one-offs here and there,
True.
or two. Does he have two full seasons? No, just one. One full season.
It's so hard to keep track. It's like every year he's somewhere at some point.
Well, the thing that stands out in my head is the standing start when he was on pole. I mean that's the thing that stands out to me with him.
He's got almost 3 full seasons of IndyCar,
Okay.
but spread out.
Very spread out. Kind of like Oriol Servia.
I mean, even Hildebrand, they say, he's a 9-year veteran, but he really hasn't had a full season in 5 or 6 years until this year.
Oh, that 2011 Indy 500 really hurt his career really
Oof.
bad.
That hurts when I stop. That still hurts when I watch that replay.
I mean, I wasn't that broken up about it, really.
I wouldn't say I'm broken up
I
about it,
laugh
but from
about it, to be honest.
a personal perspective, to come that close to achieving immortality in your sport or your career to have it fail like that.
Who is he going around again? Kimball. That's it. Just saying. Wah, wah. Another driver that has just hears Kimball's name and cringes like, oh, God. He had to be there, didn't he? Anyways,
I read somewhere today that Kimball's sponsorship is up after this year, so we'll have to see where he goes or what he does next year.
oh, hopefully he's gone. That's what I'm hoping for. Gone and there goes Alonso right into a spot there. That's what I want to see happen.
Yeah, I think Alonso definitely has a shot now that Tony Kanaan said he's going to be a free agent for 2018.
Which is crazy. I mean, where's he go? He's been everywhere else. Who's he go? Where's he go? I mean,
dare I say Foyt?
Ooh, that's a good... You know what? That would be a great veteran presence for Munoz. Not for nothing. Keep Munoz and plug in TK. That's a good move right there. I like it.
Give TK a 1 or a 2-year contract. Let him kind of show Munoz the ropes. Give him some advice, and hopefully that spawns a long and more successful career for Munoz.
He's got the talent to do it. I'll tell you what.
Yep.
What do you think, Missy?
Yeah, I mean, I could see him going to Foyt. TK.
Well said.
I don't know if I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't know.
Doesn't feel right?
No, not really. No.
Fair enough.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't. I can't. I mean, maybe it's just because of what Foyt looks like this year. I mean, I can't.
You can't take what Foyt looks like this year and compare it to what's going to happen next year.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just
car and everything. And
oh yeah, I mean, I guess everybody will be
drivers.
on. Yeah, I guess everybody will be on even ground next year, with the kits and everything. But I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll tell you this much: Gateway is huge for Indy Lights. Kyle has to have a really good showing, and if he does, I think it's pretty much locked up for him.
I think he can clinch this weekend, right?
I believe so, mathematically, yes. Depending on if Colton Herta or Santee does not finish right behind him. But I'm not really sure how the points go from first to second to third in Indy Lights, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, he's got 297, and Santee and Herta have 255 behind him, tied. And then, of course, you got Matthias Lace back there too at 249 points.
Yeah, but I wouldn't consider him in contention anymore. It's pretty much between the three of those. Who you just said.
What? I would consider him still in contention with 249 points.
It's almost 50 point difference. With two events left.
But it's only 6 points back from where Herta and Santee are, so it's not insane to say that it's possible for him.
It would be insane to say for Zachary Clement DeMello, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, stuff would have to go wrong for the ones in front of him for that to happen, but
yep.
Stranger things have happened.
It's very true.
I mean, I think if Kyle keeps his nose clean and finishes these races,
I know he's got to stay off the drugs. Is that what
No.
you meant? No.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah.
Better effort than your previous jokes, though.
Thank you.
Don't encourage him, Mike. Don't encourage him. But I'm rooting for Kyle, so I'd like to see Kyle, because I'd like to see him bump up to Juncos Racing next year.
So would I.
Yes.
Big advocate of Kyle winning. Going with Juncos. Stay with the team that got you there, buddy. That's called loyalty. And we all know how far that goes in this sport. about as far as you can spell it.
Looking at Santi behind him, how
I would
about
never,
him?
I don't want to think of that. That's what they do in their own
Okay,
time is between
okay.
themselves.
This is a clean podcast, really.
I know, that's what I'm saying, Missy.
I hate you. I was referring.
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Oh,
And
Where he
definitely,
came
I
out
think
with that
Kyle would be
article.
behind somebody else. I think he would be the definite. Never mind. Moving on.
Anyway, I was referring to Santi coming out a couple weeks ago claiming he's got 70% of a budget to race in the IndyCar series next season for a season.
Oh, it's good. It's a good. Wait, who said that?
Santi.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That whole announcement
But the
before
thing
the
is,
announcement.
he's in negotiations with 3 winning teams.
How can you
It's
be in
very
negotiations with 3 winning teams without all the money you need? Don't you need the money first, then you're gonna negotiate?
I don't know if this story is total I mean, then again, he
It
does,
is.
he does have a country behind him, but still, I'd like to know what those 3 winning teams
Yeah,
are, because
but-
the ones that pop out in my head, dude, you don't have a chance of getting with them next year. Maybe one of the newer teams come in, maybe Harding Racing.
Well, they are talking about 2 teams, but Gabby's got one of them. So Gabby and Santi. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's too many E's.
But that's not a winning team though, so
Yeah, the whole announcement right from the beginning was odd.
They put a
especially
really bad taste in my mouth.
it's
I mean, because he even says, I have a preliminary contract to race in IndyCar in 2018. What does that even mean? What do you mean you have a preliminary contract? With who?
I feel like that
I-
was a bad effort to put pressure on who he really wants to race with in IndyCar. Like, oh, I have a preliminary contract, and whatever team he really wants goes, oh no, now we really need to sign him. But I don't think it worked.
No.
So I'm
Bigger than
calling
the sport.
I'm calling bogus on this until we actually see some real proof.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
If anybody had any room to say that, it would be Kyle Kaiser, and he's not saying anything like that. So, but yeah, Kyle has to have a really good showing Gateway and Watkins Glen. That's all I'm saying. But I think he will. I think he will. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, well, it's all coming down because we're down to crunch time now. I mean, you just have a couple races. I think they only have 2 races left, don't they? Because they're not doing
That's
double
it.
headers. So, yeah, Indy Lights, they just have Gateway and Watkins Glen.
That's it. Yeah.
But I think
the only
Pro Mazda has 2 at Watkins Glen, don't they?
yeah
They're the only one?
They're the only ones. Yep.
Yeah, Gateway and then 2 at Watkins Glen. I think USF only has 1.
Yeah. So that pretty much puts Oliver Askew pretty much winning already.
Yep.
So he'll be in Pro Mazda next year. I wonder for who.
I'd say Cape at this point, but
Does Cape have a? Yeah. Cause
yes, they do.
Yeah,
Anthony Martin.
and they'll have a vacancy.
Well, that's a tight race right now, so I'd like Anthony to win, but that's a tight race.
Yeah, Victor and Anthony. Well, either way. Well, either way, one or the other, they're both going to go to Indy Lights no matter what happens, I think. I mean, Victor went to Pro Mazda without winning the championship, so.
Yeah, he did.
So that's what I'm going to say about that. All right, so I think we did do predictions for Pocono last week there, Mike, and I think I won the predictions.
I think you are correct.
That's right. Who did you pick?
Not willpower.
I know. That's all that matters. So, but let's do predictions. I just want to throw that out because I picked the right one. So, just patting myself on the back. So, but let's do predictions for Gateway, pole and winner. Mike, since you're the new guy, Missy, go.
Wow.
Pole and winner. Let's see. It's a new. Oh God, it's a new track. Say pole. Let's go. Oh God, I don't know.
All right, we'll come back to you, Mike.
Winner. I want to go. I want to go Joseph Newgarden because I just think he's doing so well lately.
Ooh.
I just I don't know about pole though. I'd give it to one of the older ones, like Elio or Dixon.
The oldest one.
Well, you wanted somebody that's right. But then again, I think it's all going to depend on where they qualify at too. I think that's always a big part on these ovals.
Not really.
I mean, not really.
Not really.
Takuma Sato went last and took pole. What do you mean?
Yeah, he got pole. Where did he finish?
Not first.
Not even top 10. So
Okay, well, was that my winner? So, what's your point?
you
asked who. You just
said
asked
qualifying means a lot on ovals. I said not really.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I heard you wrong. I'm sorry. You're right on. Good song, Mike. I'm guessing that was Mike. I don't know, was it?
Yeah, my computer's starting to play music. I don't know where it's coming from.
Right on. Just trying to serenade you. My computer does the same thing. I had to turn it down. It constantly does it. Oh, he always likes to play Madonna. I don't know why. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, Mike, pole and winner.
I'm going to start with winner and key off what Missy said and go with Newgarden. He's just dialed in at every track right now, whether it's oval or road course. He just seems to have that consistency week in and week out that you need. For the pole, I'm going to go with Pagano. He was just a touch off last weekend. And while never having raced at Gateway before, he's in a Penske, and that's a good enough reason for me to consider him a threat for the pole this weekend.
Right on. Well, cannot argue with you guys on the winner, that's for sure. The pole I will, though. I'm going to say pole, willpower. And for the win, I'm going to go, this is tough. Short ovals. I mean, Joseph Newgarden's a great pick. So I think I'm going to go with you guys and a Penske driver, willpower. So, yep. And I was right last week going that way. So, hey, maybe this week I'll keep the trend going. And so, I don't know. Is your championship pick still feeling the same way there, Mike?
I think after this week is going to be the big determining factor of that as we come into the last, quarter of the season here. But, man, I don't know. Newgarden looks very tough to beat right now.
He really does. And if he's not winning, he's right there. I mean, he didn't win this week, but he was right next to Will on that podium. So,
yeah, I mean, he started 14th and halfway through the race was running in the top 5 and ended second. That's the sign that somebody is really, really on his game right now.
Very true. So, yeah, it's definitely going to, it's definitely coming down to being a very exciting, end of the season, like they all have the last couple of years. And I was really nervous about this year, about how exciting it was going to be. Towards the end, was there going to be a driver that's just going to run away with it? But no, I mean, we're just coming off of probably one of the most exciting races of the year, and it was at Pocono of all tracks. And if, beginning of the year, if I was to ask anybody, or any one of you, or if I were to say to any one of you, I think Pocono will be the biggest dud of the year, other than maybe Phoenix, you wouldn't argue with me, would you?
Despite it being my quote-unquote home track as a Pennsylvania resident, no, I would not argue with you.
Exactly, but I got to be honest.
I would have.
I know she argue with me no matter what I say. Um,
But that's her job. You know, she's your wife. She has to
oh yeah,
battle back a little bit.
exactly. You know, life gets very boring if you have somebody that just agrees with you all the time.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I mean, Pocono delivered great crowds, great weather, and a great race. So all around, grade, Mike, for the for Pocono,
God, A+.
Missy.
I agree. I'll give it an A plus plus.
I I agree, and I'll give it a B minus. So right on, guys. No, I'm kidding. Definitely an A plus.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't, I'm sorry, if you didn't enjoy this race, then I don't want you as an IndyCar fan.
Yeah, it's just
I'm
not
fine
for
with
you.
fine with that.
Yeah, all you oval haters out there. I mean, I don't get it. You know, stop complaining about it. And
I mean, don't tell me it was boring. There was no passing. There was 590 passes.
yeah, so it's they got it right. You know, they got the package right. They got good on IndyCar for getting the package right. Good on the drivers for putting on a great show. And everybody came home, without any injuries or anything like that. So that's always also a great thing. Except for Ryan Hunter-Reay, he's a little sore, but that was from qualifying anyway. But he still raced, which good on him. A lot of respect out of Ryan Hunter-Reay after that crash they had at qualifying to race the next day. I really, really didn't think he was going to, but hey, I was pleasantly surprised to hear that he did, and a lot of respect to him for that. So I would say an honorary thumbs up to Ryan Hunter-Reay.
Yep.
All right. So, all right. Like I said, not much happened in the world of racing. Missy, did we miss any big notable stories of any kind?
I just wanted to throw out that Juncos confirmed that they bought 3 of the new PM18s.
3.
Yes, they bought 3.
I'm glad the moves they're making are really pointing towards an IndyCar team. All right. Jeez. It's like, good job, Kyle. You're back to promos. Why?
Well, actually, I mean, it is, if you want to think about it, because before they've run 4 Pro Mazda cars in the past.
In the past.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this year they're only doing 2. Aren't they? 2, right? Green and Franzoni, I believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Wait, who? Green?
Yeah. His last name is Green. I don't know what his first name is.
Steve.
Jolly. He's the guy that blocked Anthony. Remember? And Franzoni took the win for race 2. It was a Juncos car.
Juncos had a Jeff Green.
Me? Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Green.
Thank you. See? Oh, Frank knew something missing.
Surprise,
that's
surprise.
That's a gold star on your fridge.
Hey. Yep. My fridge is filling up with gold stars today. Right on. So on that gold star, I just want to say, thank you to Mike for coming on tonight.
Yes, thank you guys for having me again.
And sorry for everybody that this is a day late. It's my fault. I fell asleep probably last night at the computer and made everybody wait on me and wonder where the heck I went. Sorry, Mike. But yeah.
But I guess this weekend, before we let go, will be filled with racing. As we say, it's going to be Gateway this weekend. And then Formula One returns from their summer break, as I guess they call it. And they will be in Belgium for the Belgian Grand Prix on Sunday, of course, at the crack of dawn. And then IMSA will be at VIR this weekend.
Another barn burner. Will they please plant something at the oak tree? A picture of the oak tree. I don't care. Put something there. Please. Do I have to go through this again? Or stop
please
calling
don't.
it. Stop calling it the oak tree corner then. There's no oak tree there anymore. Sorry. You would think they would plant something. A shrub, a bush, a plant, even a flower. Good God. Maybe a bench made out of oak. I don't know. Something. And on that note.
Is there anything else? Was that it?
No. Well, yeah, there is one other thing. We do have a bunch of video and other good stuff from the weekend that had just passed from Pocono, and they can all find that stuff at where, Missy?
That would be www.theindysportscarpodcast.com.
Right on. And start following Mike, and where can they find you at, buddy?
Mike_Joachim, and that's JOACHIM.
Right on. This guy is full of jokes. Oh God! Did I just end with a chip? And on that note,
I need the car crash sound.
I know. Get a soundboard up in here.
Yeah.
It'd be all show.
Radio.
Yep.
I guess on that note,
Gateway next
you know
week.
that I know that Frank, I don't know what to say about him. But Mike knows,